couple of warm-up sets. Now the goal is, Kayla, here to, even though this rope is above my head, my shoulders are down. I'm not letting my shoulders come up. I'm keeping my shoulders down so my lats are working, right? So I allow this cable to come up so my lats are stretching, and I drive my elbows down to the floor, keep those shoulders down, and squeeze my back. I'm thinking about trying to wrap my elbows behind my back, keep my shoulders down as I release. So I'm working my lats the entire time. I don't feel anything else. I'm letting it stretch. I'm driving down. I'm thinking about squeezing my lats. Okay? This isn't going to be an easy movement, but you want to learn how to feel and connect to your lats. This is a good exercise for that, right? So as I come up, you see my shoulders? My shoulders are staying down. I'm driving down and back. I'm pulling these handles to my waist. I'm wrapping my elbows behind my back, and right now I can feel my lats squeezing. This is a lat exercise. Different names. Everybody has different names for them. I call them cable pull throughs. They can be called pullovers. If I was laying on a bench and I had a dumbbell, they would be pullovers. But the main concept of this exercise is to make my lats work. Your lats wrap around to your back. You know, most people think of your lats as those muscles that hang out on the side, but they also wrap around to your back. So this exercise here can helps warm up my lats, but it can also help create more development and definition in your lats. Okay, stuff that you guys see whenever we're on stage, but more importantly, my goal is to keep my shoulders down this whole time and not allow my shoulders to do the work. I want my lats to do the work. Now, because I'm bent over and this rope is by my head, my shoulders naturally want to come up like this. It's my job to keep my shoulders down so my lats are completely working the entire time. And I want to feel this stretch, and I'm going to drive my elbows down and back and squeeze and control back up with my shoulders down. 2, 3. Notice how I'm rocking. You see my feet, Kayla? 4. It's okay. 6. The further I come back here, the harder I'm squeezing my lats. Woo, I felt that. No matter how heavy the weight is, my goal is to not break my form. Felt that one. All right, now I'm doing another lat movement, single arm row. Different strokes for different folks. This is how I set myself up to isolate my lat. So I'm using my right arm. I slide over on that bench. So basically my right butt cheek and my right leg is on this bench. My left leg is off. I'm aligning myself with this cable. Again, when I'm training shoulders, my goal is to keep my shoulder down. Once my shoulder comes up, my lats are not working, and then it becomes a trap shoulder movement. Shoulder down, I'm starting with an overhand grip, and I'm gonna pull and think about wrapping my elbow behind my back. And as I release, I keep my shoulder down, keeping all that tension on my lats. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Again, it's back day. My fingers are like hooks. I'm not squeezing this handle. My hand is literally just resting on that handle, shoulder down, drive back, squeeze, control back with that shoulder down. 2, 3. Two. Yeah, I be in deep thought. I be in deep thought.
Having a whole conversation
Yeah.
between Doug and Dougie Flex.
No, I
That's
be
what he
Doug
was
and Doug because people be trying to test my gangster. I'm tired of motherfuckers testing my gangster. Because people be trying to say little goofy shit on the net like they're slandering my name, and that shit be bothering me. It bothers me that people think that what they say bothers me when they say, I made that post the other day and I talked about being 40 years old with abs. And of course a troll jumps in my comment sections with the, oh, because of steroids. And it's like, you know how many fat people are on steroids? Like, do you know how many people who are on steroids and they don't even look like they're on steroids? Like, come on, bro. Like, but again, these are people who don't know nothing about nothing. So, and remember, before I even started taking enhancements, people were saying I wasn't natural. So, like, people don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about. They just be talking. And then people say things like that, like, they think it's like a slight. Like, oh, you're on roids. And you need to be on roids. Motherfucker, you're fucking your T levels is a 60-year-old man. You're in your 30s, bruh. You can't fuck no more than 30 seconds. You bust out in a sweat in the first 10, 3 pumps and you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. These motherfuckers be killing me with that shit. Like they walk around like that's like I'm nutty, and your T levels are the age of an 80-year-old man because you drink alcohol every motherfucking weekend, you eat a bunch of processed foods, and you don't exercise. So you think you're healthier than me? Man, beat it. That shit be like people just be talking. They don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I just went on a little rant. But I just, people just kill me with that. It's like, bruh, everybody got their vice. Live your life. You feel me? I like to look good the older I get. And do steroids help? Absolutely. But guess what? If you're going to poke yourself in the butt and you're not going to eat the right food, you're not going to look like you're doing anything. So I never get offended when people say shit like that to me. It's a compliment. That means I'm doing something good and I'm doing something right. Because a lot of motherfuckers take more shit than me and don't look nothing like me. See, when I get here, I'm squeezing as hard as I can in my back. Like those last 2 reps. So my goal as I pull is to start with the squeeze, right? The scapular retraction. I'm not using my arm. I'm literally using my back and I'm finishing that move. When I get here, I'm trying to squeeze as hard as I can and controlling back as I release.
fucking 4-minute video he wasn't on the rain.
That means that's good content. I just wanted to say, if For all you motherfuckers that be in Planet Fitness and you be in the gym, all of you guys that be on the machines doing this, if you spent as much time as you do doing this right here, you would actually get some fucking results. Work out and stop fucking looking on your phone when you're on a fucking piece of equipment. Other people want to work out too. Should be annoying.
Here, been down right here, moving into the top. Pull your elbows back.
How many?
112.
Hey.
Pull to your belly. Yep. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh. Ooh wee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I finished that book. Really good. Really good. I must have read 6 or 7 hours. Yeah. I don't have another one. Right. I gotta find one. I mean, I got a lot of books.
Now, then,
Woo.
I got that one. I got 2 or 3 that I just can't get through.
So to kind of switch this exercise up a little bit, I'm using a reverse grip, aka underhand grip. And my goal is to reinforce keeping my shoulders down so that I'm using my lats. Building muscle is a skill. You'll hear me say that a lot. That's the name of my training series, Bias Training with Dougie Flex, because you have to learn how to position yourself and isolate a muscle. And a lot of times that requires you to learn how to disengage muscles, decompress muscles so that they don't come in to help. And also understanding your strength zones, because sometimes, people increase the weight too fast, too quickly, and their strength isn't there, and they wind up overcompensating the exercise to move the weight. And as a bodybuilder, I never want to do that. You guys have heard Kai Green say, I'm not a weightlifter, I'm a bodybuilder. That is a fact. My goal is to use my muscles to move the weight, not just move the weight. So someone like yourself can watch me and not understand all of the nuances that go into a row. When I walk up and I approach this row, I want to make sure first and foremost I have a good foundation and my feet are underneath me, right about shoulder width. I also want to make sure when I bend over, I'm grabbing the bar in a way that it's secure, but I'm not squeezing it. So then I'm not using my forearms and my biceps to pull the weight. I'm actually using my back. So we did 2 lat exercises. This is another lat exercise. And with the way that I'm holding my hands in the reverse grip, my goal is to think about trying to touch my elbows behind my back. Set number 2, increasing the weight a bit. My goal is to not ever overcompensate my form for weight, meaning just because the weight gets heavier doesn't mean that I only care about moving the weight. I care about execution. So my form does not change even though the weight is heavier. If I feel like I'm using too much of my body and I'm using momentum, I will lower the weight. Once I feel like my muscles are fatiguing and I'm starting to fail within the set, again, I don't allow fight or flight to take over. I control my composure. I allow myself to feel the stretch, and I pull as far as I can, allowing my muscles to feel the fatigue. If I don't do that, then I'm not allowing my muscles to feel the tension necessary for growth. And I'm not continuously making those microscopic tears that I need for growth. So just a little, little pro tip. Oh, oh, that was much more challenging. I started to feel the fatigue maybe like around 8, 9, and I did my best to not allow my body to start moving the weight. I'll know how good I did when I take a look at the film and watch myself. Eesh. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. 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 Ah. Hey. Oh. Ooh. Rear delt flies, but this is a posterior exercise where you're not only really targeting your rear delts, you can get your traps incorporated, your upper back as well, and that's pretty much what I'm utilizing this for. So this chest pad here is here for a reason. My goal is to lean into this pad as I push back so that I'm actually squeezing my back and not using the pad as something to push away from. I don't want to push away from this pad. I want to push into the pad. Good. Good, good. So we're going to yeah, that was real. Oh, ooh.
Oh, this is garbage.
Ooh, yep. Ooh. 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 Oh, that's it. See, the weight started to get so heavy, I could feel myself wanting to throw my body forward to move the weight. You don't want to do that. First and foremost, you can create an injury. You can strain your neck, your back. You can tear something. But ultimately, when you use your whole body to move the weight, you're no longer isolating that muscle. That muscle doesn't get to feel the failure it needs in order to get the response to grow for development. So, when I'm seasoned, I can feel my body when my fight or flight wants to take over, and I just want to get those last couple of reps. I don't do that. So, pro tip for all of you guys out there who want to compete in bodybuilding and or want to build and develop muscle, the rep count is more important from the standpoint of quality over quantity. I would rather 6 phenomenal reps than 12 half-ass reps, if that makes sense. So here I'm gonna use my wraps because I wanna lift something heavy. I know my strength zones, but I'm using my straps so that I can literally use my back when I'm pulling. I'm gonna make a video for you guys on to really understand scapular retraction. So when you're training your back, you have a better understanding of how to use your back to pull the weight. She was too. And I can't even be mad at her. How can I? She moves how I move. Literally. Last set, best set. That's it. We're gonna call it a day on MLK Day today, and be on the lookout for more YouTube videos from me, Dougie Flex, IBB Pro, representing Project One Nutrition, showing you can get a good workout in Planet Fitness.